Hello. Today we're going to take a look at Ultima Online's patch functions. The issue we have is that old client can't patch anymore since OC have removed the old patch servers. The lucky thing is that it still exists patches out on the internet, or people have saved from this server before. So we can actually use them together with some tricks to get this working again. I'm going to install two clients, and we need Razor to be able to connect to a RunU server, for example, or other. So let's start with that. You can find these tools everywhere on the net, but as an example, I have collected everything to my website for this video. So let's start with Razor. That's installed, and you have a reg file here which will remove the update check. It's just for convenience, it's not needed actually. And the next thing we need is the CD, which you can easily find on places like Amazon or eBay. It's not that expensive. I have made these ones from my own from my own CDs to ISOs. So let's start with the old one. It's 650 megabytes to download. As I said, this will be a long video, and you can jump in the timeline if you don't want to wait. We can actually start to download the patch library too. This is the patch files which come from the real Ultima patch server. And I have collect them in one place with a bat file, which will install all of them into the client. I will show how this is working. We can start the installation here. Advanced. And I want this to be and now I have this one too. We can start with unpacking this. I can explain first. The patch file is the command line version of the equal of the thing which is included in Ultima Online, but Ultima Online is made to connect to a server to download these patches. This one is just patch request functions in it, and we can use that together with the actual patch files. So I'm starting to copy this to the place which we were installing where we're installing the client. Gold. We have one issue because some of the last files for 5-point client, which I will be using, don't have the RTP files saved anywhere, but I have fixed that, and I will talk about that a little bit later when I come there. And if we look into this batch file which I made, we can start by viewing it. Sorry, my fault. I'm a bit tired now. What this does, it's simply run each file from the root, so it's installing everything. So it's not saying magic in this at all, it's just doing that. But you have to run it as an administrator. As you see there, this is what is showing in Ultima client when you are patching. This is the message you can see, and this is the first patch, and this is the next one, and the third one, and so on. So now I will just patch everything a little bit faster. Funny thing, this is version 4. I think it's around client 4, which they are switching to version 7. If I could find the software which can create the RPT files, I would be able to recreate the last 3 patches, which is missing. And we can't, but this program seems really hard to find on the net because it's only a few developers actually having it. And it's a really expensive program. And now we went to 7. So what we're doing now is we're using a clean CD and adding a clean patch for it. So it's no one else have done anything to this installation. Of course, you can stop anytime and stop at any version you wish to have. .1. And here's the issue: 8.1, 8.2 and 8.3. Now we don't have any more patches, but it still exists free. The lucky thing is I had all client unpacked saved on the hard drive. So I've actually created, with the help of a diff program, which recognize changes from different installations. So this is the files which actually get patched. So by copying them over, we get the real installation. So now we have this one, and we take this one first, and this is the information we get from the patch file. Then it was applied, modified 4 files. Oh, one thing more here. Var.info is a file which includes patch information, and it's written by the patch client, so we don't have one of this now. So if you would run this one, you will not get the var.info on the client, but everything else is okay. But now I will copy one in, so everything will be 100% okay. So that's it. And now we have and our test server is always crashing first time. Oh, forget one thing. Yep. We always need to go into this map and find this file. It's called uo.cfg and remove this one. Now it's supposed to work. We use a called test. So now we are in middle of nowhere. And now we are near Scarborough. So this have installed one client. We can client issues. Yeah, it's because I'm using an old newer client on the server side. Okay, now we are done with this client, and now I'll take next one to show you something really interesting. We'll go back to this site. The thing is, even if we have updated the second SH client, we actually don't get any new worlds and things like that, which we will with this one. And the same thing here. And the same type here. it's always interesting to do it live. Anything can happen. Edit. And we install it to that directory instead. And the same thing here. Can actually copy that. And same thing here. We patch it as an administrator. And I will make the same thing here. One real interesting thing is that we are patching the 3D client too. So you actually get every update will update the 3D client. So you can use whichever 3D client you wish. Oh, and by the way, here all the files exists. Done. So now we have this crashing too. It used to do that. crash. Retry again. And this is a normal client, and yeah, it's wrong. The spawn is completely wrong for this client, but and we can start the other one just for fun. It has an ugly square. And crash first time. And here is the old 3D client, which people have forgot about, probably. Oh yeah, that we could look at. And if we go into this, you have Tokyo, Iceland even here. The land exists. And if I go leave this client and load the original client, which I explained from the beginning is the original version of Ultima, but you don't get anything more than the standard facets. Oops, that was really bad. And now we are here, and if I go into the gate, I only have travel. I'm young. I have to do properties. I'm sorry. Young, false. No, I'm not young anymore. Now I'm old. But as you see, you have only two factions. No, two places to go. Trammel of Felucia on that client. But this client have everything, and both of them it's the same version. Just one is not upgraded. Same. I hope you think this was funny to see or are interested in this. Of course, next point would be to write a patch server which would automatic download things for client which is connecting, and if you could find the program, we could even make our own patches, and that could be really easy. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.